So last time we, yeah, I told about the empty cup, right? So what is that empty cup? How a spiritual person should be, like, or any human being should be, like a empty cup. You always empty your brain from prejudice, from speculations, opinions, any preoccupied things. Then only a person can absorb the wisdom that is coming from a spiritual persons or any gurus or even from the world. So a human being should always be like an empty cup. That means always should be in a learning mode, right? If you show interest to learn, then only you will be able to learn. If you stop learning, some people, they stop learning at the age of 10. Whatever you say, it doesn't go with them. It doesn't go inside of them. They just work the way they want it. They work with the life the way they want it. Sometimes they do mistakes, sometimes they do whatever. But a person who always ready to learn, they will be different. They always get more and more from the life. So nobody can do anything with your life. You only have to do for your own self. That is how, that is why the learning is very important. All right. So here, another story I will tell you. This is also very important. And the next test, you will have one question from here. I'm recording it. I'll give you this recording and keep it with you. It is like a book. And next time you need to write down in the books. So it is like this. Finding a diamond in the mud. Did you hear any time finding a diamond in the mud? No, right? But you can find a diamond from the mud. Diamond in this sense, it is not like the real diamond. A diamond like a person. So wherever they are in the mud in this, whether they are poor or whether they are not intelligent at that moment, or, some people, they are not, they don't look like intelligence, but their intelligence will be hidden. Their intellectuality will be hidden. Something should happen in their life, then they will expose what they are. Whether they may be a spiritual gurus, they may be a very good knowledge seekers. We never know. But until the time comes, they themselves do not know who they are. All their intellectuality, intelligence, everything will be hidden like that. Okay? So, then that means what? A diamond that is hidden, right? The people who are intellectual or intelligence, they are spiritual. At some point, till some time comes, they will be hidden. They don't come out. They don't know who they are. That means a diamond is hidden in the mud. That's what the life is. That's what the life is. Because they have to learn. They have to come up to certain level. Then it will trigger. So that is called karma. Karma means you need to do certain things. Until then, you trigger for what you are. So a diamond in the mud. So how do you find a diamond in the mud? So there is a Buddhist teacher. There is a spiritual teacher. His name is Gudo. Gudo. Very simple words. Gudo. So this Gudo, so in those days, the emperors, that means kings, emperors. So these people, they used to give a lot of respect for spiritual teachers, because the spiritual teachers teach you jnanam. Jnana means wisdom. They give wisdom. They do not give, A, B, C, D, E, F, G education, the survival education in the physical world, but they give wisdom to your life. So such kind of teachers used to be respected a lot during those days by kings, queens, and emperors in those days when the land is ruled by them. So like that, this Gudo was called by an emperor to stay in their Raj Darbar and teach the people. So then what happened was he started traveling alone. Who? This Gudo. So then he's wandering, he's, it became night, and so he's trying to see where to stay and all that stuff. So what happened was he approached a little village because he was going to the emperor. So in between, it became very dark. So he was looking for any village around so that he can stay that night. That he found a village, that name is called Takeneka. That name is called Takaneka. Takeneka. Takaneka. So then what happened was, and meanwhile, the heavy rain also falling, and it was getting dark. So then what happened was, he became so wet because rain is falling. So Gudo completely he wet, and in those days they used to use this hay, right? Hay, H-A-Y, hay. Hay means like a dry grass, hay. So they were straw, S-T-R-A-W. So they were wearing only straw sandals to their feet. So what happened? It was falling rain, so much of rain. Then what happened? It was all that straw. It became pieces, they become wet and pieces. Then finally what happened was, he found a small house. It is a farmhouse, kind of, in the village. And there in that farmhouse, somebody, they are selling the 5 pairs of sandals. Again, they also straw sandals, but they're selling in the window. Then he decided to buy a new one. So the seller is a woman. The woman offered the sandals, seeing him very wet, and invited him to remain in his home that night. And she sold that a pair of sandals, and she asked him to stay in her home at that night. So Gudo accepted. He's a monk, and he's a spiritual teacher. He's a monk, and he is going to see the king, isn't it? He accepted. So he thanked her also. So he entered and recited a sutra before the family shrine. So so wherever they go, they try to do some good to that family. So that is what the spiritual teachers are. So they always try to make other person comfort. So then she introduced her mom, that lady. She introduced her mom, her children, blah, 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 whoever it is there in the home. So, but everybody is there, but husband was not there, of course. But the entire family looked depressed. They're sad. Their face has no shine in their faces. They look so sad. So then Guru asked, what was the wrong? You guys not looking happy to me. Um, then this woman said, it's all because of my husband. My husband is a gambler. He drinks. And when he drinks so much, he will be abusive. He will hit me, wife, and he will hit the children too. So that is why, and he also borrow money from others here and there, everywhere debts. So sometimes, he drink too much and he doesn't even come home. He will sleep somewhere on the streets. So I don't know what to do with this man. I'm not able to change him. So she was crying, and she was telling all those things. Then Gudo says, okay, I will help him. It is not the problem with you. I will help him. He needs help, not you. That you are saying, what can I do? Who will help me? You don't need help. He needs help. I will help him, Gudo says. So then what he did was, he gave some money to this lady, and he will ask, the spiritual teacher asked her to bring some wine with that money. Bring some fine wine and also bring something to eat with that money. So then, they left with that money. So then again, he will start meditating. Okay. So then what happens is, see, meditation is a medicine for everything. Even for family problems also, meditation will help. That is what we need to understand from this story. So meanwhile, the man has come, her husband has come. And as usual, he drank that night, and he says, "Hey, wife, I'm home. Go and bring something to eat," he says. So then what happened? Then immediately Gudo interferes, and Gudo says, "I have something for you." So then he looked at Gudo. "Hmm? Who are you?" he asks. And he says, "I happen to be caught in this rain, and your wife kindly asked me to remain here for the night. So in return, I have bought some wine and something to eat for you," he says. So then I also provided food, this wine and food for them also. And it is the same thing I'm providing to you. Then the man was so delighted, and he drank the wine one more time, because he's offering wine. That is what he wanted all the time, alcohol. So again, he took that wine and enjoy, and he drank, and he himself, he fall on the floor and he was sleeping. So then what Gudo was done? He sat next to the person, next to that drunk person, like who was sleeping after having food and everything. And the whole night, he sat down, Gudo sat down next to him and doing the meditation beside him. Then in the next day morning, when the husband woke, that fellow woke up. So what happened? He looked at him, he forgot the previous night. Okay, he forgot the previous night. And he asked him, "Who are you? So where do you come from?" Then Gudo was still meditating. Whole night he was meditating, sitting beside him, and he woke up and he was asking, "Who are you? Who are you?" But he still continuing that meditation. Then slowly he came out of the meditation. He says, "I am Gudo of Kyoto. I am from Kyoto, Japan. I'm Gudo of Kyoto. I'm going to I'm going on to Edo to see the emperor. The emperor is in different place. The place is called Edo. So I'm a Zen master. Zen means, I told you, Dhyanam, spiritual master, Dhyanam, Zen. That is a Japanese name, right? Chinese will say Chan. We say Dhyanam, isn't it? So I'm a Zen master. I'm a Guru of Kyoto, and I'm traveling to Edo to see emperor. So then suddenly this man, he ashamed himself, and he apologized. "Oh God, you are a teacher of the emperor, and I'm asking you, who are you? And you come to my home is our boon." And he forgot, and that is what you already asked me, "Who am I?" And I told you, but you did not remember. Yes, somehow something happened. I did not remember anything. Okay. So then Gudo smiled. So then then he says, "See, everything in the life is like this. Nothing is permanent. You have been as a drunkard since many years, and you left your wife and children into a pain, being yourself, continuing yourself as a drunkard, an abusive person, or everything. You don't give money to your wife, and you spend money outside, and you drink a lot. All these years, this is how you spent your time." He spends his time. In one night, he forgot everything. In one night, it is completely changed. That means because of his meditation, because of Zen Master's meditation, all his bad energies have released from him. That's why he forgot everything. What all he did all these years. So now, so then that is what he says. How, see, anything is not permanent. It's everything is brief. The period that you are in bad, as a bad person is also not permanent. It is brief. This you need to understand. So what he means is, then, so that's what he says. So you don't have much time, because life is always a time frame, right? Person will born and grow up and do something, and they become old and they die. That means the entire life is fixed in a time frame. So you don't have much time. All your life is you're staying like a drunkard or an abusive person. When you do what you have to do, your family is suffering like this, he says. So then the perception of this husband awoke that time, like, dream. So he says, I forgot everything. I woke up like a dream. Yes, life is a dream. Whatever you do, it is just dream. Once you woke up, that means once you come out of that phase, you will not be in that phase anymore. So life is like a dream. That is what he teaches him. So you are right. So then he understood. The husband understood. He says, how can I repay you for this wonderful teaching, for this wonderful change you brought in me? He asked. Then, what can he give to a spiritual teacher? Then he says, okay, let me carry your bag. At least, I can do something, some service to you. Let me carry your bag and whatever your little things you have in your hand. I'll come along with you at some distance, who the husband says. So he said, okay, fine, come. So then both have started walking. While walking, obviously they talk about spiritual things. So whatever the spiritual Zen master saying, this guy is grasping, because whatever he does, again, you have to bring that empty cup here. Whatever he was before, that was completely emptied. See, he's no more an abusive person. He's no more any of the things. So that means his cup was empty now. Whatever the bad thing he has done is completely, it's gone, it's emptied. So since his cup was empty, he is in the position to absorb the wisdom from Guru, the Zen master. Okay. So then he begged this Guru. Okay. Guru says, okay, fine, you stay back. So now I can go by myself. Thank you very much. Then, but this guy, he doesn't want to, stay back. He says, no, I want to come with you for some more distance. After some more distance, he said, now you return now, go back. He says, Guru, the Zen master. He says, no, I don't feel like to go back. That means he keep taking the actual wisdom, the spiritual wisdom more and more. His cup is filling up with the spiritual wisdom. Once his cup is filling up with the spiritual wisdom, he doesn't want to go back. He doesn't want to go back from that wisdom. It is not that he's staying away from his family. Here we need to understand the wisdom. So then finally what happened was, this Zen, he completely followed the Zen master, and he became a very good successor of Guru. So his name is Munan. His name is Munan. He also became a spiritual Zen master. His name is Munan. So now he is the person that never returned back. Never returned back in the sense, never returned back to the old phase. And he became completely a spiritual master. His name is moon on. See, this is how the spirituality will pick up a diamond from the mud. So wherever the diamonds are there, whether in the mud or under anything, it always shines. It always shines. Like that, the people also who are like diamonds, when the time comes, they will start shining. A sun sunsets in the evening. Again, he will come up in the morning, right? Sun rises. When the sun is rising, what happened? Nobody can hide his sun rays, right? It goes to the all over. So like that, the people who are like diamonds always shines wherever they are, even in the mud. So such kind of diamonds will come out only through wisdom. So that is why every one of you needs wisdom. You have to be like an empty cup to gain the spiritual wisdom. Once you gain the spiritual wisdom, you will become like a diamond. Okay? Yes? You want to be like a diamond? Raga, you want to be like a diamond? Yes. What about you, Anika and Ashwin? You want to be like a diamonds? You are diamonds, right? You're already diamonds. You're already diamonds. That is why you already in such a young age, you came into this spiritual path. You came into my way. You're already diamonds. All you need to do, all you need is little bit of practice in a proper way. Okay? Yes? Right. Very good. Now, Saujanya madam is ready. Let me